Hello, folks. It's me back again. I know, wild having like 3 streams in a day. Yeah. How's it going? I'm back. I actually got to do some stuff now. We've got a checklist to complete actually today. Now, according to the stream, I want to relearn Blender. It has been a hot second since I have ever touched it. So we have, let's say three goals. Our 3 goals is, number 1, you want to learn the program. Oh, I messed up my P. Number 2, we want to actually learn how to put stuff into the program and model. We'll just put simple model. And number 3, at the end, we're going to mess around and see what we can do. Alrighty, now we have our 3 goals for today. And this is a very unfitting music, so let's actually get this music off after we're done here. We're going to start out, and we're going to do some research together, trying to figure this out. Our biggest goal is this one right here. To learn the program. That is, how to move stuff, how to import stuff, basically all the basics to be able to model. Then, our second main goal would be this one. The simple model. I know I've seen a lot of the people making donuts, but I'm not trying to go for items. I'm trying to learn how to make characters, so I can bring some of my art to life. Because I can draw. I've taught myself how to draw. But it's just not going to be good enough for what I want to do. So, we're going to go ahead here. I'm going to pop over here and turn this off. Now, we got that done. Here we go. Let's learn how to model. Starting out, we should probably figure out what our search criteria should be. Is it just learning how to model? Or like what? What should we be looking for? Let's try controls of Blender. If I would click on the search button. Alrighty, here we go. And I'm showing you all the search process on my main screen just so you know what we are going to be looking up and who we are going to be looking after.
Hey everyone, my name is Ryan King, and welcome to part 1 of my...
And there it is right here. Ryan King Art. This is the first video we're looking at.
Hey everyone, my name is Ryan King, and welcome to part 1 of my complete Blender beginner tutorial series. Now, if you haven't watched the introduction video, I'd highly recommend that you do that. There will be a card up on the screen. You can just click on that and go over and watch that. And in that introduction video, I talk about what you're going to learn through this entire tutorial series and what you'll have created by the end of the series. So definitely go ahead and watch the introduction.
No.
So perhaps you've always wanted to learn
Let's see.
how to make really
Here's the second one.
welcome back.
Pixone
And in
3D.
this video- So perhaps you've always wanted to learn how to make really cool stuff in 3D software. You might not have done it, you might have dabbled in it a little bit. In this tutorial, what I'm going to be doing is trying to take one video and introduce a lot of the fundamental things, the things you really need to get started, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a free software called Blender that you can very easily download without an account or a password or anything like that. So you can see here, this is the final result. I'm going to show you first of all, the software itself, just the very basics, not covering all the thousands of
Alright, here, finally. This is what I was looking for.
different things. And then I'm going to take you step by step after that through the making of this character here and how to render it out as a final result. And
Dang, you might just get everything in one video here.
you can use this same low poly modeling technique here, which is really simple and beginner friendly, to make all sorts of things. So hopefully this video grabs your interest if you want to learn as an absolute beginner. If you already know something about Blender, maybe this is just a little bit too basic and repetitive, but this is definitely more for absolute beginners, people who really don't know anything and they just want a simple video that's going to make it.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Makes sense, and you can also, after an hour or so, walk away with something that you can feel really good about, a final result. And from there, animation and
Downloading Blender.
you can use just in Windows, and if you do, use it. So
Here we
go
go.
ahead and open up
UI.
Blender. You may even be doing it for the very first time, and if you do, it may even seem a little bit intimidating, but rest assured, all of these different tabs and windows and features that you see, most of them you will not need to know a thing about just getting started. You'll learn that with time. Now this thing you see here, the box when you first open up Blender, what most people do is they just left click somewhere in the viewport and that box just falls away. Now getting on to the user
I didn't know that. I always clicked on general and I'd let it ride.
interface itself, what you're going to see here is the one that just stands out, and this is, like I said, the 3D viewport. This is where everything happens. This is where we see our object, where we add things in, where we can set up our layout. Now,
There. Let's open up Blender ourselves. Get this going. That's Vortex. Ha! Wrong thing. There you go. Get to see my Fallout 4 modded stuff. So you said just. Oh, it does. How is he moving around? Can I move around with my pencil? Let me try this.
Oh my gosh, of course. Dude, of course.
It doesn't let me move around. Hold on. Let me go and I'm gonna grab my. I got my little art pad here. I'm gonna grab that thing. Maybe I can do it with that. Ooh, nasty.
What these boys running?
It's got pig tinkle all over it. Darn pig. Hold on. Here's a little bit of cleaning ASMR.
Because if he slides anywhere, we can follow his ass. We track him down if he slides. You okay, Gaffer? So if he does slide,
I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm wiping down it. My pig, well, I should say my mom's pig. I live in the basement here. And there's a doggy door upstairs with the mud room. And when he tinkles, there's holes in the floor because it's an old wood house, old wooden floor house. So it seeps down into my room, and it got all over my computer. Oh, I was so pissed, dude.
That was my mouse. My mouse fucking died.
So now, I haven't used this thing in a second because I've just been using the normal. Keyboard. But I think if I use this one, I can do the keyboard shortcuts. Now my hands smell like pig whiz.
I'll grab a job real quick, and I'll take you to your room.
Ah! It's like seeped into all my stuff. It makes me so mad because she lets them in during the night, even though I built them a small little pig house. That way you could stay outside. But nope, 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 nope. Can't have that.
Oh yeah, I do go apartment, don't I?
There we go.
That's yours, by the way.
Alrighty, perfect. No more pig whiz. But I do need a cable. Where's the cable at?
All bodies in the bag. No problem. Go in the bag. No, not on this side. Yeah, grab that bag. I got this. What the fuck? Here. What the fuck is this gun? What is it? Yo, this gun's overpowered. Yo, this gun's overpowered. I'll show you when we get there. You're gonna go. Oh, my bad.
I found it.
My bad. I thought I was. Passenger, Brad. Dude, this guy had to like.
Alrighty, now I can finally plug in.
Yeah, we got
Let's hope I don't unplug nothing.
stop at apartments real quick. Yes, he did. You just grab one, stupid nigger. No, most people don't got that shit. Yeah, look at this fucking gun. Hold on. Yeah, look at this gun. Yeah, look at this real quick. Look at this real quick. It's right here in my. Look at this gun, bro. Hold on, let me drop my fucking gun here, dude. Let me drop my gun down.
Where is... Hold on, I'm having troubles finding the stupid plug. Alright, we got her plugged in. Oh, hi, Lucy. My dog said hi. Alrighty. Now that we got that plugged in, I just gotta route it under the table and up. Alrighty, that's routed. Pull that up. Plug this in. And now, I should be able to use this after it connects. Let's see if it'll connect here. Go to the Huion software. Where is it? Huion software. Here it is. Perfect. This should have been... This seems wrong. What do I got that set to? Spacebar, U, yeah, Control Z, Control Shift Z, L, delete. That looks right. Zoom in, zoom out. Yeah. I just have to use this? How am I gonna do that? That's funky. Alrighty, I guess we'll just feel it out from here. Alrighty, let's go ahead and look at the next part of it.
I'm not going to be covering navigation just yet. I promise I'll get into that in a bit. But for now, I'm just explaining what these different windows are, or these different boxes. I'm going on to this little box that sits up here. That is our scene outliner. And essentially what we see here is the different items and objects that are in our scene. It really is a great organizational tool, and if you're a beginner, this really makes things easier as well. Getting organized, especially when your projects get a little bit bigger, is one of the most important things you can learn as a beginner. And what you can see here is these collections. Now, collections are essentially just these things you can create where you can group different objects in your 3D scene together. You can put them in that group. Look at it almost like layers in Photoshop. I'm not saying they are layers, but you can almost look at it like that in a sense, if that helps you visualize it. You can add in different collections, and you can also name the different object. You can even directly come here and click on these objects instead of actually coming into your scene and left-clicking on an object.
Let's try that. Oh, you could hide it. If I hid the light. Okay. Then we did this. That guy showed us how to do this part. Oh, I think Blender just crashed. Yep. Oh.
We're down here. I told you guys I'm going to self-download router.
Let's go here. Mat cap. Click here. Boom.
Because I've dropped every
Like that guy showed us.
Hey guys, as soon as you're done with that, we need to head to freaking. Let's go. Let's move.
Alrighty. Let's go to the next part.
The outliner is just another way you can visualize what's in your scene and select things. You can even go to the drop down and see more information about certain objects or what relationship they have to different objects. Now don't worry if that doesn't make any sense to you. You don't need to know that right now. If it doesn't make sense, I will explain it later on in the tutorial if it's relevant to what we're doing. But that is our scene outliner essentially. And now we have that out of the way, we can come down here to our properties. And this is where different things that you do in Blender, you can see their properties. For example, let me just click on objects. Say, for example, you just left click on the cube to select it. Then you can go over here to all of the different properties. So if you click on this little tab, which is the materials property, the properties of the material that this thing has are here. So we can change values, we can change different sets of information that relate to the materials on this cube. Now, we have, for example, over here, one called the object properties. So over here we can see the different transforms for these objects. Now transforms essentially, I'll get into that in a little bit, but it is the things that we can use to move an object in 3D space. So we have an X, Y, and Z coordinate. So you can see, for example, here in the scene we have the green line here, which is our Y coordinate, and the X is our X coordinate. So pretty simple. So
oh, hey, look at that.
All of these are set to 0. And that's why our cube is in the middle of our world. If we move any one of these on a certain axis, you can see that the cube here is moving. Doesn't matter if you don't fully get it, I'll definitely get into that more later, but that's what properties are. Different things relating to the objects in our scene. We can come over
Left
here
and right.
and see their properties. Now sometimes some of these properties are not relating to an object in our scene. For example, if we click over here, we can see the world properties. And the world properties has to do with the environment which you can't really see now because we're not rendering. So these three windows here are just the three main windows you need to know for now. Another thing I'll quickly mention is obviously just this little thing down here called the timeline. That's just when you're doing animating, and it's just like a timeline on a lot of different softwares, even 2D softwares. It's where you can come and scroll through on different frames and go to different time intervals within your 3D scene, and then you can change things, and this is where you would be doing your animation and stuff like that. So not too
Okay, I
worried
get it.
about that right now because that's not what we're doing. But you get the general idea here. So just these three main ones, keep them in your mind. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about navigation. It's actually pretty simple. Before we can even get into that, we have to talk about the number pad on the keyboard. So if you have ever seen a keyboard, you know that it has a little number pad down here. Now, some computers, or like more like laptops, don't have this number pad. And if that's the case, there's something you can do about that where you can make these numbers up here emulate a number pad. So let's just quickly go over into Edit. Once we have Blender open, Preferences.
Okay, here we go.
Here to the input, go up to Keyboard and make sure.
So we go Edit, Preferences, Input.
I'm actually take a break from Roblox, please. And I need to get a drink and everything. Mason, you should play Minecraft first.
There we go. Alrighty.
I'm gonna take a break for a while.
Emulate number pad is enabled if you don't have a number pad. So for me, I have a number pad, so I'm not going to have that enabled. Then I'm going to close that, and now you should be able to use your number pad as well. So while we're on the subject of number pad, you could actually go over here to View, go to Viewport, and then go to, for example,
What?
Wanna run up some routes of war?
Routes of War.
What the fuck are you doing?
Blender.
Dude.
What?
I'm bored as fuck.
I guess we're doing some Routes of War. We're gonna save this one.